Hi, guys. Welcome back to DNA Sports. We apologize for taking a really, really long break. We've decided to start the channel back up again, and we're going to get right into it. All right, we're going to talk about NFL and predictions for our Super Bowl. Jack, you want to start?
Yes, I'll start. My prediction is Chiefs Saints.
Ooh, that's interesting. I do not see the Saints.
Same.
I can't see the
I
Saints.
know they just beat the Bucks. They blew them out, but the Packers and the Seahawks, I don't
Yeah,
see them getting
yeah,
past them.
I think it's going to be a very close game. NFC Championship, Packers Saints. I think the Saints can win it.
that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it'll
All
be
right.
very close.
Yeah, if it happens, that would be a great game. All right,
Yes.
Mark, you want to go?
My prediction is Steelers Packers. Steelers, they're 8-0. I just don't see them losing. The only team I can see them losing to is the Chiefs, but I still think the Steelers could beat them. And I think the Packers are the best team in the NFC. The Seahawks just lost to the Bills, which shows that when they played a good defense, Russell Wilson did not play well. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a great prediction. I agree with that prediction. I was gonna go Packers and Steelers as well. I think the NFC Championship game will be the Packers and Seahawks, and the AFC will be Steelers and Chiefs. I think it's gonna be a very exciting season. Packers and Seahawks bringing back some old memories. The Hail Mary,
Yeah.
um, the onside kick as well. I think it's gonna be I think that's going to be a great game. I think the Seahawks are a top team. I think if it's not the Packers, I think it's going to be the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
I
I
agree.
think. All right. So who do you think is going to win? Jack, you want to start the Super Bowl?
I still have the Chiefs. Even though their defense hasn't been incredible, I think their offense can carry them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean that's probably that's a great answer. Mark, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Steelers. Like I said before, I can't see anybody beating them. The only team I think could beat them is the Chiefs. I just don't think they'll lose to anybody else, especially not the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Packers because I think their defense it's pretty good for what it is. It's very good for what it is, and I think their offense is unstoppable. The combination of Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers. I think they tried to replace Rodgers too early, and they lit a fire. And I think he's just showing us that he's not done yet. All right, so you want to switch to the NBA?
Sure.
Okay, Jack, you want to get us started?
Yes. So the NBA draft is only 6 days away, and we do not know who's going to be picked number one by the Minnesota Timberwolves. There's three guys that I think could be drafted at number one: LaMelo Ball, James Wiseman, or Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards is by far the best fit because he gives them good defense at the wing position and a good guy to play alongside D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns.
I agree completely. I also I see the Magic moving up to the top five. I
I
see
can see that
them
happening.
I see them trading Aaron Gordon in the 15th overall pick for a lottery pick, definitely probably top five. And I see them taking Devi Ajavia, I think is his name, from Israel. He's a stud. I think he's going to be a great player. I think people are comparing him to Luka Doncic, and I agree with those comparisons.
That would definitely be a good pick. They need Magic need a lot of scoring, and
Yeah,
that would definitely be a great pick.
I think I can easily see them trading with either the Hawks at six or the Cavaliers at five, or even
Definitely.
the Knicks at eight.
Yes.
All right, so you want to do your top 10? You want to pick
My
your top
top
10?
10?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So I have Anthony Edwards going number one to the Timberwolves, James Wiseman number two to the Warriors.
I think Wiseman's the obvious number two because even though LaMelo has the skill set, I think they don't need another player like LaMelo. They need a guy like Wiseman.
Definitely. And number three, I have LaMelo Ball going to the Charlotte Hornets. I just think that would be good. They just need some star power, more scoring to develop that
Yep.
young team.
hmm
At number 4, I have the Bulls taking Deni Avdija from Israel. I just think he'd be very good at small forward because I think they need a replacement for Otto Porter because he might be leaving after the season.
Yep.
At number 5, I have the Cavaliers taking Obi Toppin out of Dayton. I think he'd be a great replacement for Kevin Love, who I think they can trade.
Yeah, he had a great year. I can see them trading Love and Sexton for either Embiid or Westbrook or Simmons.
Possibly, yes.
Sexton's a great player, and
Yeah.
I think with Sexton and Embiid combined, and if Love as well, I think they could. The Sixers would be a close to front runner for the championship.
Definitely. Okay, so at pick 6, I have the Atlanta Hawks taking Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State. I just think he'd be a great guard to go alongside Trae Young. He brings some good defense and some scoring at possibly the shooting guard position.
Yeah, that would be a dangerous combo.
Okay, so at 7, I have the Detroit Pistons taking Killian Hayes from Germany. I just think he has great potential to become a top point guard in the league. Okay, at number 8, I have the Knicks taking Kyra Lewis out of Alabama. I just think he'd be a great addition to the team. I've seen he's very quick, and I think he can definitely help the Knicks at point guard because they need some scoring and some passing help. At number 9, I have the Washington Wizards taking Onyeka Okongwu from USC. I think he would be a great fit because I think they need a better center than Thomas Bryant because Onyeka Okongwu can play great defense. I've seen him being compared to Bam Adebayo. So I think he would be a great fit there. At number 10, I have the Phoenix Suns taking Cole Anthony out of North Carolina.
Yeah, I agree. I was about to say after you were done speaking, I think Cole Anthony is going to be the steal of this draft. I don't think he's going to go top 10. I think he could go around 15. And if the Magic were to trade the pick with the Cavaliers or the Hawks, I think they could steal him at 15.
Definitely.
All right, so you want to switch to the MLB now?
Sure.
Okay. I was rewatching one of our old videos and our predictions weren't valid, 60-game season. I think we went a little overboard on the Mets predictions, thinking they would do a little better than they did. And the Yankees, I think we were pretty on point for. But Mark, what do you think about the new ownership? What is it going to bring to the Mets?
Well, obviously they have lots of money, and there's a bunch of great free agents this offseason. They need a new catcher because Ramos is gone, so Real Muto or McCann would be great for them. Obviously, they have DeGrom as their number 1 starter, but with Syndergaard hurt for the beginning of the year, Bauer would be a great addition as their second pitcher. And in the outfield, they have Brandon Nimmo, who they've been rumored that they're interested in Francisco Lindor. And
yeah, I saw a trade thing today. It was Nimmo, Jimenez, and then a pitching prospect for Lindor.
I think if the Mets could get Lindor without giving up Jimenez, and instead of Jimenez giving up either Rosario or JD Davis along with Nimmo, then they would have Jimenez and Lindor in the middle infield if they move Jimenez to second.
Yeah, that would be great. Also, I want to bring up the development of the young lefty David Peterson. What do you expect from him for next year?
Well, again, with Syndergaard out and Porcello and Waka gone, he'll probably be their 3rd or 4th starters. So he'll hopefully have a similar year to this year, or hopefully even better. And he definitely has a lot of potential as a rookie this year. He had a great rookie year, and hopefully he has a good ERA, and hopefully the team can get some run support for him and not have what they have with DeGrom.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think if they do trade for Lindor and they possibly add Riamuto, or even if they don't get Lindor and add a guy like Springer, or not even get Riamuto and get McCann and then get Bauer as well. I think with the new money, I think they could be a top 5 team in the league next year. Jack, what are your thoughts?
Definitely. I think if the Mets, if they can sign a guy like Bauer, Realmuto, Springer, or like McCann, that would significantly improve the team. And I think they would just be much more competitive next year and have a good chance at getting a playoff spot.
I agree. What are your opinions on Stroman's re-signing the $18 million qualifying offer?
I think it was good for both sides because Stroman needs to prove that he's worth a lot of money. Because I think this was smart for him because he was hurt last year and he didn't really play. So I think this was a good deal for both sides. The Mets want to keep him to have some starting pitching depth, and he can reassess the market for next year.
Wait, was he hurt or did he opt out? I think he opted out.
It was both. It was both.
Yeah, he was hurt at first and then he opted out.
I think personally, Stroman's a good player, but I don't think he deserves the $18 million. And I think it would be a no-brainer financial decision to sign an $18 million deal on a team that is as promising as the Mets. And I think they will re-sign him after next year to a short-term, like 3-year deal, 3-year, maybe like 40 or something like that. And I think he'll accept it. And I think, like Steve Cohen said, I think in the next 3 to 5 years, the Mets are going to be a World Series team.
I agree. I also think it was necessary to sign Stroman because with Syndergaard out for the beginning or most of next year, without Stroman, their second starter would either be Lugo if they don't move him back to the bullpen or David Peterson. So Stroman could definitely be their number 2 starter if they don't.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think if they sign Bauer, I think they will easily have the most dangerous rotation. Bauer just needs to show his consistency. He had a great year in 2018 and great year this year, of course, winning the Cy Young with DeGrom finishing in 3rd, but winning it the last 2 years. I think with 2 possible Cy Young candidates with a great 3rd option on Syndergaard, Stroman, a always decent pitcher, and then Peterson, who has tons of potential, I think they could be the best rotation in baseball. All right, so you want to switch to the Yankees?
Sure.
You want to begin the talk, Jack?
Sure. So DJ LeMahieu declined his qualifying offer, but I think this is fine because he knows that he'll get more money in free agency by the Yankees or some other team, and he definitely wants a multi-year deal. I could see the Yankees try to re-sign him for like 3 years, $75 million.
I agree completely. I think it'll definitely be a short-term deal, if anything. But I don't think he's going to re-sign with the Yankees. I think he's going to find a new team, possibly the Mets. But a team that is more equipped all around to win the championship. I think he wants to win.
Why can't he win with the Yankees?
I just don't think the Yankees are. I don't think they're going to win anytime soon. I think this was the year they were built perfectly for this year, and they didn't capitalize on the opportunity.
We'll see how Severino comes back.
This year they had Voit and LeMahieu. LeMahieu was 3rd in MVP voting in the AL, and Voit had an insane year. Not to mention that Garrett Cole finished top 5 in AL Cy Young voting. So this year was definitely a great opportunity for them to win. Unfortunately, they lost in the ALDS to the Rays. So they also after Alonso's rookie year, everybody was saying how good he was, and then his second year was not as good. So Voit had a similar year to Alonso's rookie year. So they got to hope that he doesn't do what Alonso did and that he stays consistent.
I think the only reason Alonso wasn't great was because he was great. He finished in top 10 or top 5 in home runs, I think, something like that. And I think he did have a good year. I think if you extended it over a 60-year, more than a 60-game regular season, comparing this year to his rookie year, it was dropped off, but I don't think he's awful. Of course you're going to drop off from having a 50 50 plus home run rookie year. All right, what do you think about the awards?
I think they got them right in
Definitely.
both the Cy Young and the MVP. Abreu and Freeman both had insane years. And the Cy Youngs, Bieber was unanimous. Obviously, he's
Yeah, of
gonna.
course.
And Bauer was most
Pretty much
likely
unanimous,
gonna
yeah.
win it. That wasn't a surprise that Bauer won the NL.
All right. I want to go around the table and your team with the most what's it called, potential in the AL and NL. Jack, you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. I think the team in the AL with the most potential could be the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yep.
I feel like they've got a lot of young talent and they could spend some money in free agency this year to really build up that core.
Yep. I think the team with the most potential in the AL, I think it's easily the White Sox. I think with the Luis Robert, great rookie. I think with Tim Anderson, a great player. Abreu won the MVP. A catcher in Yasmani Grandal and a pitcher like Lucas Giolito. I think they finally have it figured out after all these years of waiting. And I think they're going to go much farther in the playoffs next year.
In the AL, I'm gonna have to go with the Oakland A's. They have Matt Olson, Matt Chapman, and Marcus Semien. Semien was top 5 in AL MVP voting 2 years ago, or last year, one of them. And they just have a great team overall, and they're pretty young, so I think they have a lot of potential.
All right, so in the NL, I'm gonna go with a pretty obvious one, but actually not pretty obvious, but I'm gonna have to split it between the Mets and the Braves. I think the Braves with Acuna and Ozzie Albies, and they just have so much talent, and all their pitching with Max Fried and
Soroka.
Soroka, who went down for the year. I think they have so much talent, and then I think with the Mets, I think they just have the money and they want to spend it, something they haven't had in past years. And I think both of them will be contending for championships pretty soon.
I'm also gonna have to go with the Mets. They have a great team right now with Conforto, Smith, DeGrom, Alonso, and they got Steve Cohen, obviously, and they also have David Peterson, who's young. They have Lugo, who's one of the top relievers / starters in the league. They just have a very good team, and with Steve Cohen, they're only going to get better.
Yep.
I think the Padres have the most potential in the NL because I think with Tatis, Machado, Eric Hosmer, Will Myers, Trent Grisham, Jake Cronenworth, all those guys, and to go along with the pitching of Dinelson Lamet, Chris Paddock, Mike Clevenger, and newer guys, new prospects like Luis Patino and Mackenzie Gore. And to also go along with the bullpen of Trevor Rosenthal and Kirby Yates, I think they can be a dangerous team next year.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They would probably be my third. Another team with great potential in the AL, and they showed it this year, is the Rays, Tampa Bay Rays. What's crazy to me is they're a World Series team, and they still have the top prospect in Wander Franco. All right, so you want to do our predictions for next year's World Series?
Okay.
Jack, you want to go first?
Sure. My World Series prediction for 2021 will be the Yankees versus the Dodgers.
That's I don't agree with the Yankees completely, but the Dodgers, they're pretty much a lock. Mark, you want to go?
I'm going to go with Rays Dodgers, a rematch. The Rays, they still have a very, very, very good team, and the Dodgers are pretty much like a lock in the NL. The only other team I could see in the NL is the Padres.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a little of a surprise here. I think I'm going to go with the I just can't see the Rays repeating. The Dodgers, of course, and I think I'm going to go with the Dodgers and the White Sox. The White Sox. I think their team's just going to explode next year with all the talent. And I think Robert was still developing, and he still had a great year. Remember that moonshot in the playoffs? I think they had a heartbreaking loss in the playoffs. And I think I have the Dodgers winning in 5, but I think I just can't see the Rays repeating with Morton getting older, and I think the Rays will go far in the playoffs. I just can't see them repeating. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Expect more content in the future. We're happy to be back. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.